So in this lesson we're tackling Alice in Chains' Sea of Sorrow. Only using one pedal for this one, the BOD. You just need any sort of decent high gain pedal for this, will get you there. One that preferably cleans up when you roll the volume back. Equally, that may be down to your pickups, as I discovered when I switched these out. Here's my main tone. Now with the volume at about 2, that's the intro tone I'm going for, and then whack it straight up for the... So you still get the definition of the notes, but you also get the meat, which is what we love. So, to the intro riff. 3, 4... Okay, and then you're into the main riff. All of these double stops are going to be on the D and the G string throughout, okay? So the first part again. Same again, but then you could do this fill. Okay, which might take a little bit of getting used to. It's a slightly unusual phrase. Okay, so you're just basically going up to the 12th fret and then doing some fills there, right? So there's another low E there, and then I would use my first finger there. So watch as my hands change fingering. First finger, right? And then you do this pattern. And I'm slightly muting the E string just with the palm of my hand, right? So it's not ringing out loads. You know, you're not going to do that because you'll lose the double stops, okay? So, we've got... That's the first part. And then you play... So, you've got 2 on the E. 12, 0. And then this. So it's just a half step bend, but you bend both notes up. And then it's a rundown basically. Then you play the first one again. And then the second fill is... And that is same as before. But then you do 2 open, D and G. With a bend, like a quarter step bend, I would say. It's just pulled sharp. And there's a rest there. And then... So that last part slowly. Let me just do the 2 fills again slowly and then we'll move on. And then the other one is... Then you're into the verse riff, so the volume can come right up. Alright, and you let that ring out. Now, you're going to be playing basically a G shape, but the pattern basically goes... And again. Then down to the F. To the C. Via the B flat, and then... So let's build it up and then I'll play it all through for you, okay? You're going to go 6 to 3. And then on the 4 and, you hit the first fret and play. Okay, so you're just sliding the same shape around. Then you go back to the 6th fret on the 4. And again. stay in the 3rd position, and then you're going to hit the top part of the G and then slide down. Up to the 6th fret. Back to the beginning. Again, 4 and. Not a lot to unpack there, really. You're using the same chord shape, right? But you're going to do either this. Full chord strums, or for the 3rd 8th note, just play the root note. And then once you're in, you start playing a leading note on the 4 and before the next bar. Okay, so it'll be... into the next part. Okay, so that shouldn't give you too much problem. I don't think I need to go over that too much more. Then we're into the bridge part, and this kind of follows a format of F to C. First time you play, but the second time the F comes in on the beat, and then you go to an A after the F to C part. Okay, so the first time he plays it, it comes in a little bit early, so you will play 2, 3, 4, and then the next time it's on the beat. Okay, there. So that little part slowly before we move on is 3, 4. Again, you go to the C early. And that's down, 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 down. Okay. And then back to the shape. So that's up, 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 down. Second time round, we've got the F on the beat this time to the C, and then we go to this A kind of blues part. So we've got 2, 3, 4. So that part's just down, 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 up, down, change. And then you go to the A, okay? And again, that hangs over into the next bar, and then you play this. That's the first part. So you do a little palm muted chug on the open A in between some of these, right? Okay, this next part, I don't know why, it just always throws me. So it's... It just seems to stay on the A for a bit too long rather than going back to the, you know, the usual 12 bar thing. And there's another little bit at the end. So let me go through that slowly and then we shall move on. So from the beginning, 2, 3, 4. All right, and then you go. basically plays around 4 times, but the 4th time you let the E ring out. So you're going to go G to an A to an E with this rhythm. So that should be pretty straightforward. Just make sure you get the timing. So it's 1, 2, 3, change. So the next chord's an upstroke. So if you imagine it's down, up, down, change. And then the E comes in on the 4 and, okay? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Like that. Play that around 4 times and the last time you let it ring out for an extra bar. Then you go into that intro section again. There's a slightly different fill. Pretty cool. So you go, we know the first bit, right? But the next part is, then you do a bend on the 3rd fret while you also pluck the 3rd and the 4th string. Okay, the G and the D. Okay, and then you do an open E. Rest. So that slowly. 3, 4. So those are all the rhythm parts you need. Next up, solo. We'll do this quickly, right? I'm going to do an approximation of it. We're not going note for note, but these are roughly the phrases he plays with a wah, and it's not as quick as you'd think it might be. So the first part of the solo is this. So that is just a full step bend on the 14th fret on the G, and then the 12th fret on the next string up, and then a pull off from the 15th to the 12th. It's just alternate picking, down, up, down. You just play that 6 times. And then you're going to do a bend on the 15th fret up a full step. And you've got this cool double stop riff which goes... Okay, like that. Lots of vibrato on that last note. Jerry uses quite a wide vibrato. So you've got... Very cool. It's basically a hammer on, all double stops. That bit's nice and easy. So that's the riff. But you leave that ring out and then you do a little bend and release. And then there's this phrase where you go early to the 12th fret. And that's just a very simple bluesy run, right? So slowly. 3, 4. Then you go down to the 2nd fret on the G and you play... Okay, let's just stop there. We've got... That's a full bend. So you're going to play that pattern, but you bend the note first. So it's... Then another pull off on the 2nd fret on the next string down. Then you go... So that's... this is coming in on the 4th beat, or the 4 and, right? And then the first beat of the next part is... Really cool phrase. It really straddles the kind of bar nicely. And then the last part, you've got this. Again, this is on the 4th beat of the bar before. Then you've got this part. Okay, so it's... Alright, again with the wah as well. It sounds really cool. So, you're going to go up to the 7th fret, slide up to the 7th fret. So, 1, 2, 3, and then that, right? So, 1, 2, 3. Now that lick there is really cool, and he uses his first finger to go between the two there, right? So you've got to hop over a string and move up a fret. But you're going to play... So you play the same thing 4 times, right? It's not triplets, but you're going to do... Okay, and then you're on the first beat again for this triplet, which is a little bit quicker than the others, right? So it's... Again. And again, when he gets to the 7th fret, it hangs over into the next bar for a beat, and then you get... Once you're at the other side of that bar, okay? So, let's try the whole thing. And then right at the very end, you've got this. Which is just palm muting the same chords you played before. So hope you enjoyed that one. See you again soon.